Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode. We're starting off with just a jump cut here, or just a sped up little flat hill run, just that way. You guys have always seen this before if you've been watching the series, but I think rather than, explaining what I'm doing here again, we're just gonna give you guys another story time to start this episode off. So, got another Pathfinder story for you guys in a game we played in. We were going through what was essentially an insane asylum that was overrun by monsters. We didn't have much in the way of weapons, as we'd just woken up there and we're basically scrounging for anything to use to help us fight our way out. Well, at some point I find a closet that has these shelves that are filled with random bottles and jars, as well as a table with some supplies on it. Now, given that the only places I'd imagine a monster could hide would be underneath the table, I assumed that it'd be safe to move in there and grab the supplies. Well, turns out I was wrong, as when I stepped in, a bottle was thrown at the back of my head from the shelves. A moment later, something small jumps on my back, trying to bite me. What everyone else sees is what looks like a deformed little baby creature trying to bite me. This thing is actually called Pickled Punk. It's Pathfinder's own version of kind of like a mutant zombie baby that are commonly found fermenting in jars, and I guess this one is what happened to be in one of the jars in this closet. Anyway, this thing wasn't much of a threat in hand-to-hand combat, given it's the size of a baby, so I got a little cocky. I managed to reverse the grapple on me, reaching over my shoulder to grab onto this thing. And here's where things sound a bit bad when taken out of context. I make the joke comment that I'm gonna get some practice for my WWE skills here, and I'm gonna slam this baby through the table. There's some chuckles around the table as I roll before one of my friends points out, "It's pretty messed up to say that." Then the die result comes, and it's a natural 20, a critical hit. I'm trying to take back what I said because I realized how messed up it is before the attack roll, but our DM rolls with the bit and said, "No, you do slam the baby through the table." Needless to say, it immediately died. My friends immediately go to start texting our other friend who wasn't able to make it to the session with the quote from Anthony's fight, "You do slam the baby through the table," with no other context given to them. I immediately get a message from him asking what the heck I'm doing, so I just say, "Hey, I'm practicing for the WWE." Anyway, after a short explanation, it still became one of my favorite quotes from our DM. Remember though, context matters, guys, especially when you're slamming kids through tables. Anyway, now that that fun little story is out of the way, we can get back into manufacturing again and hopefully start kind of pushing our way towards maybe finding that surface entrance tunnel and maybe getting out of this place. If you guys are kind of liking the story times, but would rather me commentate them over more gameplay and skip out stuff like portal runs, you should let me know that. That way I can do that for future edits. But now let's just keep pushing forward. Hopefully we'll make it out of here alive. Let's see. Gonna kind of check what's up this roadway first to see it. Maybe, major roadway coming into the tunnel. And it looks like a fight took place here. Somebody killed what looks like an Exor, but its machine got filled with quills. That way's blocked off. And it looks like this roadway leads down to where those soldiers were behind that door, but I don't really feel like fighting two Exors at once, so I think we're gonna pass on that. So we're just gonna head through this doorway down here that I spotted. and looks like it should hopefully get us into the surface tunnel. So, some overturned minecarts, and okay, looks like, ooh, some bloodshed. Looks like some sort of base camp, probably for those soldiers. They got a radio pack here, but I don't know. It looks kind of abandoned for the most part, like they just pushed further into the facility. Huh, that's strange. You may have already noticed, but I had to make a makeshift flashlight because I kinda used up my light and putting it onto one of the guns with that enhancement bench, so that's why it looks like my flashlight's now made out of cardboard. But it works, same as the other, so we got a terminal here. Gotta see what that's about. Thinking, so if you don't already know, you don't take fall damage when you're in a vehicle. And the cart is a vehicle, so I'm just gonna probably use this to jump out the window rather than taking the stairs. Because, you know, gotta live life on the extreme. Anyway, I think we should probably just check out this terminal and see what kind of entry data we can get. Where is the train? Lenore, I hear you're back. Very interested to hear your report on the engine. Are we closer to figuring out where it is? I'll deliver a full report tomorrow, but to answer your question, we don't know where the train actually is. The stars are in the same positions as ours for the location, but it's non-Newtonian. Dr. Stern believes there are two superimposed states at work, which the train's motion maintains. Somehow that's a lot of suppressed energy. In short, if it stops, we're going to end up with a crater the size of the moon. We think, anyway. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Anyway, what do we got here? It's growing. Janet, I've got some interesting news about IS-0107. Well, perhaps that's not the right word. Maybe the phrase is distantly terrifying. You see, Janet, it's growing. Not much, about 0.1% per year, but it's geometric progress. I haven't done the exact mathematics yet, but in about 15,000 years, it'll be the size of the Earth, which could be an inconvenience, particularly given that it appears to be conventionally indestructible. I did the math too, Abe, and it seems we have 50,000 years until it's larger than our galaxy, which, given that it cannot be destroyed or dismantled, suggests to me that we need to move this thing as far away from us as possible, as fast as we can. I can't help but feel, Janet, that in the long term, there isn't anywhere sufficiently far away. This thing will eventually destroy our entire universe. Abe, let's solve for now and trust that we'll have the rest of the solution sometime in the next 50,000 years, shall we? Okay, but in 50,000 years, we get to do my plan. Plan B. You got yourself a deal. That is such a Abe and Janet conversation, like you'd expect from the water cooler videos they have. It looks like this thing has been sent out to Jupiter. Now we have these readings can't be right. Lionette, if you get this, please send me any information you can. Something extraordinary is happening, but I can't get to manufacturing right now to investigate. The dark lens is offline, and the proliferation system is going haywire, but the readings I'm getting from somewhere in the mines are just, well, they're hard to believe. I've never seen anything of this magnitude. What do you see down there? I can't get close, but Varsha said these were proliferation spikes before she had to leave. That's all we can report right now. You do not want to go anywhere near the mines right now. There's things I've never seen. I don't know what, but the telemetry is displacing material at random. Sasha, this is terrifying. Update, we can't get down there, but every instrument here just peaked for about 30 seconds, like something huge just came through. I can't read the data too clearly, but it maps to signatures from 299. Whatever it was bigger than anything I've ever seen. There's rumbling, like something's moving down there, but we can't get close. I think you were right, but I've got to get out of here. Sasha, I hope you're safe. Okay, so there's some crazy stuff happening down here in the mines, apparently. So we're gonna have to be on edge while we work our way through to kind of see what's up. If I can jump high enough to get my stuff here. I think we cleared everything, so yeah. Extreme! Ooh, landed on top of the truck. Speaking of, little, for you collector hunters, little thing here. Right underneath this back wheel, we got another bobblehead of an order member, which I'm guessing the order must be the invading soldiers we have here. And we got another terminal. Excusor. Praetor. We have at least secured the Excusor in the facility. I'm guessing that means exit. They will abide as long as required and act swiftly when directed. We await your instruction. Bottom S, Divinator. Our forces are gathering, and the way is becoming clear. We have discovered a weakness your Exor may be able to exploit. Expect activation soon. Now we got annulment. Praetor, we lost one of the Inquisitors to doubt. Their fear of the facility's demons drove them to abandon their post. Shall we commence annulment? Non-legate. After Lazone, his technical order are sadly reduced. We must preserve their numbers, and trust we can reveal to him, with diligence, the virtue of our course. He cannot, at any rate, escape without our help. So it sounds like either some of the guys are defecting or like getting scared of what we have here. It just looks like the symbol of the order, I guess. Alright, well, I'm gonna real quickly steal this cot over here and use that to rest up real quick. But it seems like they may have defectors, just as Gate had defectors spying on them. Not really sure. But it looks like this is the surface tunnel, so hey, maybe we can get out of here. Get out of here. Oh gosh, that's so bright. What the heck? Oh, we got...
Do not shoot! Do not shoot!
Oh, we got a friendly... Looks like one of the lab rats. Well, okay, the tunnel is collapsed. But, I don't know, this guy's friendly, so let's go see what he has to say.
We came here to cleanse and protect, but this chaos is beyond our capacity to suppress. We are beset by demons from the depths of the mines, and that termagant Frake has holed herself up in the processing plant. I must warn my brethren, this course is impossible, but our engineers collapsed this tunnel to ensure no egress. We need another way to bring tidings of this terror to the tribunal. Frake is concealing the escape from us, I am sure of it. She hides in her fortress, letting us rot here. My legates would annul me if I return, but I will find a way from this limbo. Frake's fortress is not impregnable. She knows the secrets of the sarcophagus, and she will be made to reveal them. Understand me when I say there is no pathway here. The divinities may punish me for dereliction, but I must warn them. There are worse things to fear here than excommunication. It is imperative my legates understand the scale of this disorder. This was not the Covenant. There is no justice in further conflict. My legates would annul me if I return, but I will
Okay,
find
well
a
now I'm
way
kind of
to
wondering
escape.
if the terminal entry about the Inquisitor might be talking about this Hosta guy here. Because he is acknowledging that some things are going crazy and he didn't attack me like the other rats around the place, so I don't know, maybe we might be able to convince him to help us out. But I think this is where we're gonna call it for today's video, so I will see you guys in the next one as we get deeper into the mines. See ya!